Hey you guys. So I had my oral surgery yesterday morning at 9 a.m. and it's now almost 6 or so. When is 6? Oh, it's not 6. It's almost 3 on day 2. It was quite an experience. um, I went there. It wasn't too bad. When I went in, we waited a little bit. They went over how everything was going to be done and all that jazz. By the time they booted my mom out of the room so they could get started, it was maybe about like 9:20, 9:30, maybe just about. And I was laying there and I was fine. I was calm for the most part. And I didn't really start freaking out until I guess the medical assistant or the nurse or whatever, whoever she was, put the oxygen mask over my nose. And when she put it on, like she put it on crooked, so I was like breathing through one nostril. And just seeing it come down and actually being on really scared me because I've never been put under anesthesia before. And I started crying, and the doctor, here, let me move that, make it more comfortable. And he moved it up and he sorted it onto my nose so that I can breathe and everything with no discomfort. And he asked me, he goes, "Are you nervous?" I said, "Yes." No, I'm crying. He's like, "Don't worry, it's just your nerves coming out." And I guess the hard part because of my tattoos was he was originally struggling to see where the vein was, but he got it in fine and everything for the IV. He was okay, we're putting the medication in now to make you go into a little twilight sleep. You'll be fine. We'll see you when you wake up. And I could feel it start crawling up, kind of like the back of my head. It was like a really, really odd sensation. And I knew it because I had like a headache up front here in my frontal lobe, and I was just like, oh, this hurts so much. And I could feel it kind of crawling up, and then the next thing I know, I'm waking up, and they're still in my mouth. Like, I couldn't feel anything or anything like that. But I know they were putting the gauze in and everything. He goes, "Okay, you're all done, Sarah." They moved everything out of the way, and the gal who put on my oxygen mask, she's like, "Oh, here, let me help you up." And I know they put my sweater over me beginning, and then they put the sheet over the protective covering for me. She took that off, and then I don't know how I got my sweater on. She probably helped me. I don't remember that. But it was zipped and everything. She held my arms. We went to the recovery room. She laid me down, put on a blanket over me, and she went and got my mom. Whew. And then my mom came in. She talked a little bit about brushing and all that stuff, and I don't remember everything she said when she left. And I was crying again because it was really scary for me. I've never done anything like this. Like the closest I've ever had was when I had the Implanon done, where they put local anesthesia. But I mean, that was totally different than being completely put under and then having your whole face rendered to someone. Um, Back on track though. My mom came in. She goes, "Okay, are you ready to go?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's just go. Please get me out of here." And I couldn't feel my face maybe from here down. Couldn't move it, couldn't feel anything. And I was just knocked out. I was so tired. I was paying with my card, but I gave my mom all my stuff to hold on to. And I could hear them talking in the hall. Then the woman came back, and I don't remember signing the paper for authorization to use my card, but I did apparently. Which, my bill is actually, for the whole procedure, it's $4,000 without insurance. They asked for $1,000 for not a copay, down payment, excuse me. Now they're submitting the rest of the receipts into my insurance and then my dental plan as well, which is like my secondary insurance plan, or my, I guess you could say supplemental, there we go. My supplemental insurance plan that I'm paying for. So I'll hear about the rest of the billing portion later on, I guess, when that's all pushed in through them and they go through it to see whether or not they're going to cover it and if I may or may not get reimbursed. My mom held my arm, and technically they were supposed to wheel me out, but the one lady, the person who did the billing, just wanted to get me out of there. Like, she was really in a rush to just get me to go. So she just had my mom hold my arm and leave. So technically, it's the only thing that really went wrong at the office. Now we're in the car. I couldn't feel my face or anything, and I was just like, okay, we're just gonna go to Walgreens, pick up my prescriptions, and then go to Wendy's, get you a Frosty, get you home, and then in bed. Well, we pull up to Walgreens. My mom goes in to double check to see if they're ready. They're not ready yet. So my mom comes back to let me know it's going to take a little bit longer. And then next thing you know, Sarah, you're bleeding. And apparently I was like oozing blood. And I had to replace the gauze in my mouth and everything while I was waiting in the car for my prescriptions to be done. And it was really scary to see that much blood come out of my mouth. Because what they did was they removed my 4 wisdom teeth because they were completely bony and impacted. And then they did a gingivectomy as well, where they cut the gums and they removed some of the gum tissue. And that's because what happened is on my second molars, they were riding up, so I only had the top part of the molar showing. I didn't actually have the tooth exposed or anything. So they cut all that down. Excuse me, I'm like biting my tongue as I'm talking. So they removed all that, and it was really scary to see, like, literally just oozing blood out of my mouth. So we had that done, and I changed it in the car and everything, and I was bleeding all day yesterday. All day I was changing the gauze. I didn't go home until like 1 o'clock. I had some of my Frosty. I went upstairs, changed more gauze again, and just knocked out completely. Now, for the first 24 hours, you're not supposed to rinse. You're not supposed to brush your teeth or anything like that. Not that I was concerned. I slept the majority of the day, and then I went into my mom's room later on, and she brought me pudding, and she made me mashed potatoes because you can eat all that as long as it's cooled down. Well, she got up and she went to the washroom, and I was feeling fine. I wasn't sleepy, wasn't anything. My phone fell on the floor, and I was just like, okay, I don't want to bother my mom asking her to get the phone. She's been nice enough, taking care of me, helping me move about. So I got off the bed, I picked up my phone, and I guess I might have moved too fast or something because maybe about 20 minutes before that I took my medications and just finished eating. I was trying to get back into bed, and I felt so nauseous. And I knew I was not going to make it to the other washroom, so I grabbed my towel and I was trying as fast as I could to get to the other washroom to throw up, but I didn't make it at all. I got like 2 steps and threw up all over this towel that I've been using, so that when I was drooling and oozing blood, I wouldn't get it on any of my sheets or pillows or anything like that. Just completely threw up. My mouth started bleeding again, and it was excruciating pain. And you can't rinse or anything, you can't spit. So I'm like trying to leave my mouth open and I'm trying to ooze it, like just let it slide out, ooze out, whatever, as gross as it is. My mom was kind enough to help me, get cleaned up and everything, and I went back, lay down, and I had a horrible headache all day yesterday, and a little bit this morning. And finally, my mom stayed up with me until like midnight or so. My dad brought home like some tea, some Frosties again, and that was it. And then I knocked out all night. And then today it's been pretty okay. I can't really open my mouth too wide, as you can't tell, because it hurts when I do that. But I'm not in any pain because of all the medications they gave me. Now, they gave me, for the rest of today and for tomorrow, a steroid to reduce the swelling, an antibiotic for today and the rest of tomorrow, to make sure I don't get any infections or anything in the meantime. They gave me ibuprofen, 600 milligrams of it for the week, and then a refill for that too for next week. Then they gave me Vicodin. And they gave me a refill of that for this week and for next week. So I'm not physically really in any sort of pain right now. The swelling isn't too bad because I was icing it all day yesterday and all last night and the majority of this morning. Just icing my face, and that helped so much. And then I also got an oral rinse that I start using today. Now I have to brush my teeth and rinse with the oral rinse after every time I eat. And it was really scary using, I only ate once today. And it was really, really scary brushing my teeth because I didn't want my mouth to start bleeding. Because yesterday it was like my mouth was on its period, hands down. That's how much blood I was losing yesterday. And I was just scared. I didn't want to start that all over again. I was so tired and worked out. But I feel okay for the most part right now. We're gonna go pick up some more tea and stuff right now. I thought I shouldn't really be leaving the house anyways. It's raining, but you guys know me. I can't sit still for too long. But I'm just gonna probably come home. At 6 o'clock, I have to take more medication. And then I'm probably gonna knock out again. And I go back to work Sunday. So we'll see. I mean, it's not too bad talking. It's just I can't open my mouth too wide. It's uncomfortable. It hurts. They did apparently a really good job. My mom took a peek. Excuse me. My face itches so bad right now. My mom took a peek into my mouth yesterday and she goes, "Oh, they did a really good job with the stitches and everything. And they're dissolvable, so I just have to go back in 2 weeks, on the 4th, just to make sure everything is going well. Just a quick follow up. And I thought it was really nice yesterday. My mom picked up the phone for me because my doctor called just to see how I was doing, making sure everything was all right. So we'll see. It's been an adventure, but I most definitely would not do it again. Because that first day is the absolute worst. I've never been so scared. And the pain after throwing up with my medications and everything was just, never again. Hands down, never again. But otherwise, right now, I'm okay. We'll see. I'm just very, very, very tired. But I'm very antsy, too, because I don't like staying home for too long. And I'm not used to staying home for too long, either, because I'm usually out at work or running errands and stuff. So we'll see. We shall see how well this goes. But I'll keep you guys posted. I'll probably talk to you guys tomorrow to let you know how the rest of today goes. And then I'll probably talk to you guys on Sunday too. That way you guys know how weird it's going to be going back to work after 3 days off. I'm tired now. I don't want to. I'm going to fall asleep. Oh. Alright, well, before I knock out and forget about tea, see you guys.